Costa Brava Rally, the oldest and one of the most prestigious rallies in Spain. Since the 1950s, these picturesque but treacherous routes in Catalonia have been the arena for the best drivers and legendary rally cars. It is not only a fight against time, but also against the route itself. Changeable weather and winding, mountainous, technically demanding special stages mean that only the best can triumph here. The Costa Brava Rally opens the FIA European Historic Rally Championship season, a prestigious series for historic rally cars. It is here that fans can admire legendary rally cars in action, which once competed on stages of the World Rally Championship. In this year's edition of the rally, you could see true icons of motorsport, from the legendary Lancia Stratos, Audi Quattro and Renault 5 Turbo, to the classic Ford Escort RS, Porsche 911 SC, RS and BMW M3. However, one of the most spectacular features on the course was the BMW M1, rarely seen in rally competition, yet impressive in its sound and performance. This extraordinary car, designed for the racetrack, showed that it can also cope with the difficult, twisty stages of the Costa Brava Rally. It is these legendary cars and their drivers that make the Costa Brava Rally a favorite rally for drivers with historic rally cars, and one that should not be missed. Heavy rainfall in the days leading up to the rally caused landslides on the course, forcing the organizers to cancel the SS10 and SS13 special stages scheduled for Saturday. Despite these challenges, the remaining stages went ahead as planned, with the competitors having to deal with wet surfaces and slippery roads, which added to the difficulty.
The stages are very technical. Honestly, it's not easy, especially for, let's say, gentleman driver, because the roads are quite narrow and lot of corner. It's more similar, let's say, than Corsica, more than typical of Catalonia rally. But I think that it's very good, the rally in general. Of course, it depends about the weather, because also all the stages are under the wood, under the forest. So probably if the weather condition will be not so easy and unpredictable, will be also a challenge for the choice of the tires. But I think that in general the rally is very nice, the stage is good, so I'm confident that we can do a good rally.
Last year we come here, was a very fantastic experience. So it's a very good race.
Stages are good. They're probably now a bit on the damp side. It's very tight in places. A few places you can actually get some pace up. But yeah, no, good. I think they've done a good job. They're the same stages we did last year, and why ruin a good formula? I think my favourite is the stage coming out of Tossa Samar. That'll be good. Looking forward to that one. This is the first outing for it. We used to run last 3 years a 1600 Ti in the championship, but we needed a bit more power because we ran a Sapphire Cosworth before. So younger brothers sort of like we built a Sunbeam Lotus. And we'll let you know, never driven it yet. First stage is going to be tonight.
So this is going to be an exciting start to the rally. It's in the dark, it's a really classic stage. We've done it many times, but the unpredictable thing is the weather. Looks like it's going to be damp or maybe wet rather than full dry. So that presents its own challenge, but it's going to be the same for everybody. Oh, I think Gary Madlavala, particularly with his four-wheel drive car, but his lifetime of experience will be hard to beat there. But this is amazing to have people of his caliber on the event, and just for us to measure ourselves against him. What an amazing benchmark and a privilege to be able to drive even in the same rally. This is the second season where Flexifly is partnering with the championship. So the championship seems to be getting bigger and better. Great to be back to these iconic events. This was I think the best rally last year, as nominated by the FIA. So this is a good one to carry on. It's got a massive entry, and yeah, it's exciting. So this year we're driving our BMW M3. We had a real good success last year, finished runner-up in the championship. We've had the car rebuilt over the winter season, and hopefully it'll go better than ever. So in this rally, we've got two cars. We've got the M3, and my colleague James is driving an Escort as well. So that's for the 1600 Cup. It's lovely. We have the various categories in the championship now. So hopefully we got the 1600 Cup covered as well.
Stages are very smooth. They could be very slippery when wet, but I think it could be grippy tarmac if it's dry, and very interesting. Twisty, not too fast, thank goodness, because I don't have a very top speed in this car, but should be good fun. I think the difficult one is going to be choosing the right tyre, because it can be raining on one side of the mountain and dry on the other side, and if we go on wet tyres, then we burn them out. If we don't go on wet tyres, then we could slide off. So, big decisions to be made. The car is Ernie Graham's car. He's owned it for maybe 30 years. It's his pride and joy, so I have to look after it. It has got a 1.6 litre 1600 twin cam Lotus engine, giving maybe 180 horsepower. Good fun to drive. It won't eat too many tyres. It's kind on tyres and petrol. So, but I hope to surprise a few people.
So there was new regulations now coming for the European History Championship. So you are eligible to cars up to end of 1992, and also you can be like a guest driver with the cars from 93 to 2000. So this was opening the room for me with the Celica ST185 1992 version, and it's the most, I would say, the iconic model of the 90s of the Toyota, and the second most successful model of rally sport. So it's been always fascinating, this European Historic Championship. And now with this car, when I'm going to enter in, it's absolutely okay. The time passes. I'm already this year going to be 40. So of course, when I was a young boy, I was following these cars. I know there's nice cars from the 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s, but it's also now my age, you know, this was the car I was dreaming of. So it's nice that these cars are also now able to enter in the championship, and I think because it will also bring new audience, the younger generation as well, who are like my age. Yeah.
Actually, it's not really the first time on the European rally circuit. I've actually been here when it was World Championship in the 90s, so that's a long time ago. I haven't done much European historic rallies. I was Austrian rally historic rally champion for 3 times, and there's one event in Austrian Weiz where obviously I go every year, but with modern cars so far. So this year I want to take the old car. Yes, the new regulations go up to year 2000. So when we started building the car, we weren't 100% sure what the cutoff date would be. So we started with a Subaru 4-door. Now actually we could run a 2-door WRC because the year is 2000, and this is about a 93 to 95 model. So we could have built a later model, but we thought it would be earlier the cutoff, so we started with this. But mechanically, they're quite similar to the cars up to 2000. So it's a brand new Subaru built by Autosportive. And it's basically the same spec that Colin McRae and Carlos Sainz were running in the 90s. To be honest, I'm old enough, you know, to know the very old cars as well. And I do rally an old Porsche as well. So I like the really old cars as well. I was really looking forward to bringing these cars back because the problem with the WRCs in most national championships, you're not allowed to run them. So your only chance to run these cars is now in the historic rally championship. And I really look forward to this, even though I think the cutoff date is a bit late because the cars get very complicated. To run for privateers with all those active differentials and electronics and everything, it's even hard to find a computer from those years that's still working. So it's very challenging, but we started off with a base Subaru, and I think it's a great idea. Actually, it's great running against Rui Madeira because I rallied him back in the 90s in Portugal and Spain, actually. He beat me back then. Now we're in front, so I'm getting my revenge maybe. But actually, Latvala is showing us basically, you know, the speed which is possible in these old cars, and he would be the man to beat, but he's so far ahead of everybody else. So I'm very excited if the more modern cars grow, because for now we're allowed to compete, but we're not scoring points. So basically, I will just consider next season for doing more events, because then it counts for the championship. But this year we're just going to pick out a few and enjoy the cars as they are.
This car is original Renault Clio Maxi kit car with history, and we restored the car for the new FIA category. This is the first, I think this is the first kit car with historic FIA passport. I know a lot of cars like this, Clio, Peugeot, and other kit car in preparation for the future, because this new category is very, very interesting, and I think a great success with a special kit car, because these cars are very. It's not easy in English to speak. I think this category can be a successful category. I think in next year, this kit car can be used in a national French rally. Yes, of course. The French Federation is also interesting to homologate the new category.
Yeah, I can tell you a bit about the updated Appendix K. So it's a really exciting period for us in the FIA because Appendix K and the revisions to it enable us to continue to celebrate the history of motorsport and to preserve that heritage. So the most recent update has enabled us to now allow historic vehicles from 1993 up to year 2000 to now be brought into this world of historic. So that's a really exciting time because it opens up a huge range of vehicles in all sides, from race and rally. So it's a really exciting time for us.
This is I think, the history of the rally in the world. Lancia represents today one of the best cars in the rally, in the championship. I think for me it's a pleasure to be inside as a co-driver. I think it's one of the best representative cars for Italy, but I think in the world during the championship in the past. I can remember the best winner of Lancia with Tiziano Siviero and Mickey Biasion, the championship in the world, and unfortunately are now the last championship in the world, Italian championship in the world. So
One day.
one day, yes. We are, yes, I hope. We hope to have a young Italian driver and we can push for the new Italian champions in the rally.
Brilliant.
We hope. we have this car. The driver is my driver is the owner. We have this car since 10 years. Okay. But not for a race. It's just normal car. Yes, not for race. And we send it to Mr. Silvio Lazzara, H Sport, for the preparation as Lancia for the rally, as in the past. So we enjoy. Now we enjoy, and it's the first time for us. This is his first rally with the Lancia, because normally we have had a rally with the Peugeot 205, but this is for us the first rally with the Lancia Delta.
This is my colleague James, who's driving that 1600 car, and last night he was over enthusiastic and outbraked himself and danced off a bit of Armco. Not too much serious damage. It looks worse than it really is. So it just looks a little bit battle scarred. So at least it shows he's been trying.
The rally car. This is the rally car because of the story.
Yeah.
It's a very old car, and also the shock absorber spring is old. Is original. This also. Lindo is no young driver, and also me. Old driver, old co-driver. And old car is maximum.
Well, this Porsche is a 911 3-liter RS, so it's a car was built in 1980, so quite old car. Yeah, this one is quite fresh. It's my own car. We built it 2 years ago. And I done a rally 2 years ago with this car. So it's a little bit more than 330 horsepower for 970 kilo. So yeah, it's quite funny car. For sure, it's not a 4x4, it's a rear axle car. A little bit old, but quite interesting to drive. Yeah, the weekend is running good so far. I mean, we For sure, as you can see, I have some stress with the car sometimes, but because it's an old car, it's a synchro gearbox. So if you compare with a Yarimati, more modern cars, they have a dog gearbox. So for sure, each kilometer with this kind of car are a lot more complicated than with a much modern car. But I mean, at the end, we are doing our own race a little bit, but it's okay. We have fun. I mean, the weather was tricky. Hopefully now it will be dry, and like that we will have everything in one weekend.
Yeah, and the history about this car is that my father started building it in the 90s, and it's made of proper Audi Sport parts. So it's an A2 from 1983. The full Kevlar and the aluminium engine and all the right stuffs. So it's a good car. And the history about the Audi Quattro in general, when they're starting doing rallies in the beginning of the 80s, Michel Monteau, Blomqvist and all these guys, they were absolutely outstanding before the Lancias and so on come. So this is the last model before the S1, the Group E cars that they banned. So it's a good car.
So this Stratos we've had in the family for about 20 odd years now. It was rallied pretty heavily with my dad for probably 10, 15 years, and then 6, 7 years ago I got involved and started driving it. It now has a 24-valve engine in, which Lancia ran right at the end of the period with the Stratos. So it's now sort of 300 brake horsepower at 10,000 RPM. So it's got plenty of power, nearly a Porsche beater. Sort of found that out today, that I've been having a good old battle with Roman. But yeah, it's a hell of a car. So Lancia Stratos was brought in by Lancia for the World Rally Championship. It was built as an homologation special, so they built a certain amount of cars as an homologation to then get the homologation for rallying. So mid-engine Ferrari V6, super lightweight, short wheelbase, and the idea was to build the ultimate rally car. And yeah, there's still a few kicking about. I think there's 3 here this weekend, and yeah, it's a bit special, and it's interesting because you're very near the Porsches, and they tend to trade off. So you find that on the faster stage the Porsche would be quicker, and the more tight technical stuff, the Stratos is generally better. Yeah, so I had a few issues yesterday. Was sort of second overall behind Jari, been having a really good battle for the second with Roman, and then yeah, had a drive shaft problems to fix that at the side of the road. Got the car going again, but dropped a load of penalty on the road, so got a big penalty road time. So been playing catch up all day today, driving fairly hard to try and redeem that. So going again now. I think we're 5th now, and then yeah, idea is definitely into 4th, maybe a podium, but it's a tall order, so we'll see.
Alors c'est une voiture qui a été fabriquée en 1982 et je l'ai rachetée à un ami. Et j'ai fait le tour de Corse avec. On a eu un accident avec, je l'ai toute refaite à neuve. Et depuis, j'ai fait à peu près 18 rallyes. La voiture a à peu près 300 chevaux. Et j'en suis très satisfait. Super. Good voiture.
Okay, the rally was very difficult for the meteo condition, the weather. Basically 3 days under rain. Actually, the start was not perfect because in the first stage we had a problem with alternator and we stopped in the stage. So we had to do the super rally. So Friday and Saturday just super rally, but so with 10 minutes penalty for us, the rally like competition was already over, but we just drove in the stages to make our best. Honestly, no problem at all during the other 2 days. Not easy for the drivers, for sure, for the condition, but we enjoy a lot.
Feels amazing. I always wanted to win the Rally Catalonia when I was driving the World Rally Championship. Couldn't do it, but now in Catalonia I can win the Costa Brava on tarmac, so for sure it feels good. And yeah, now it's our first round, opening the season together with Janni. First season, we have done 2 rallies together before, but last year in Lahti and 1 other small rally in Finland, and then Arctic actually this year, so 3 rallies together now.
Yeah, but I think after every rally we just become more like a team, and I think it's going pretty well already. Yeah.
Yes, definitely, I can agree with you.
Yeah.
So I think we enjoyed the SS number 4 Tossa de Mare. That was our favorite. This morning I think we was a bit challenging because I was correcting my notes quite a lot, so I was learning Janni how to make markings on the notes, and at the same time when she has to read to me the notes. So, but definitely the most difficult one was the Thursday night, driving in the darkness with the fog and the rain.
Yes, honestly, that stage felt like forever. It was like 11 minutes, but it felt like 55 minutes.
I think we got a very good start with the first stage. We managed to get quite a good lead on that. But I must say that what was amazing to see is Sepp Perez with Lancia Stratos. I think he was running really quick stage times because, okay, Stratos is car from the 70s and it's not an easy one to drive.
Well, rally was okay. I mean, we done our job, let's say like that. The car was working very well. We had a great pace, for sure. Not as fast as Jari-Matti. Definitely, the rain didn't help us. But at the end of the day, it was, let's say, a proper race without issue. Well, for sure, the first Thursday night was very difficult with the fog. I didn't race actually for quite a long time in rally, so it was a new co-pilot also. So when you start, with the rain, with the fog, with the Porsche on the wet, it's not so easy. So for sure it was tough. But I mean, today the stage were very nice. Okay, we manage our gap, so we didn't push hard, but it was a very nice stage. So yeah, at the end of the day, for sure we were expecting a little bit better weather for a two-wheel drive. It was not optimum for us, but at the end of the day, for sure we have not the pace anyhow of Jari-Matti. He's much faster, much better driver on rally, definitely. So at the end of the day, we made our job.
For me, very good. It's my first time with Lana. She sat in on the event and I think enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was very nice. I enjoyed his driving and I enjoyed the special stages. The stages are very nice, so it's a nice event.
We were very lucky we had help from the Greg McCormack team. Their mechanics worked on the car for 15 minutes. We went slightly over on time, but we got the car running again. And lucky to get it out of the stage, to be honest, but yeah.
The next round of the FYA European Historic Rally Championship will be the Rally Vltava in the Czech Republic.